Let me hear you make some Holy Ghost crazy noise right now. Let me. Woo! Come on, son. Clap those hands with me. Come on, come on. Oh, God's people. Come on, Mike. Come on like this. Come on like this. Come on. Here we go. First you, first you. Hey. Everything. What was that? Hey, everybody. Everything. All right. Wherever you go, I will find. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Pass away. Hosanna. What's up, Candy? Hey, doing? How you doing? I'm here rocking out. Welcome to the Unpack Podcast. Hey, baby sis, I see you late, Mary. I ain't gonna go there. That's my baby sis, y'all. Hey, we praise you. Ice water. Yeah. Well, listen, got a good show tonight, got a good topic up tonight. I've been hearing and talking to people. Welcome to the Unpack Podcast. Before I go any further, I am your host, William J. Marshall. I am so grateful to come to where you're at, whether it's in the middle of the day, early in the morning, middle of the day, middle of the night, however, what time, whether you're driving, cooking, whether you're just chilling out, whatever it may be. This is the place where we come to unpack. Yes, we're unpacking everything. We're not leaving anything in bags, anything in suitcases, anything in pocketbooks. We are going to unpack. You know, it's imperative and important to track and unpack. There's no topic that we won't talk about, whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whether it's family, whether it's marriage, whether it's singleness, whatever the topic is. I am a legitimate, hey, Renee, I am a legitimate sports enthusiast. As you come on, I'm so grateful to meet you where you're at. Listen, tonight or whatever time you're watching, we are going to deal with this major identity crisis with people. We are dealing with an end date. I mean, it is crazy. This topic has been resounding in my circle. It's been coming up quite frequently, quite often. And I've heard somebody talk about it today. I knew that this is what I was going to end up speaking about because it's been a one of my favorite topics. Because at one point in time, I was challenged with this, and so I began to realize my indeficiencies, and I started to really see myself. Now we're going to talk about identity crisis. We're going to talk about what that looks like, what goes on with it, how it works, where it starts from, and we are in a major pandemic. It's an epidemic of great proportions where there are so many people who are challenged with their identity. I'm not talking about United States citizenship. I'm talking about the person who's pretending to be someone else, a person who struggles and who is challenged with this. Now, I want you to know I bring grace to this. In other words, I am super sensitive to this, and I'm not bringing this up for the sake of joking about it. We do not joke about really major trauma issues or insecurities or whatever it may be. This is not a joke, but we want to give you tools. We want to help you understand what goes on with this whole challenge, be it in yourself, be it who's around you in family and close friends and circles, workplaces, church places, marketplaces, whatever you may be. This is a major crisis. Now, I want to say this, put this disclaimer out there. I grew up in an era at a time where if you seen anybody's photos, anyone's personal photos at all, you would have to be invited to their house. You would have to be a friend or would-be friend to come into somebody's home and see any level of photos or pics. Even though we had some instant cameras, you remember the cameras that we would click and the film would slide out and you have to wave the picture. You have to wave it and then it'll come, and then those are the type of cameras we had. We had the little disposable cameras. We had to go to Walgreens, CVS, some type of store to have them developed, and we'll come back in about 2 hours, and then they're in the envelope. You remember that day? That day was not so long ago. But you had to go into someone's house to see photos. You had to go into someone's house to see family, who cousins were. And, there was no Facebook. It was a home book. It was called a photo album. There was pictures everywhere on the wall, on top of the TV that was on top of the TV that wasn't working. It was photo albums going up the stairs everywhere, photos of family and cookouts and class photos and family pictures from Sears or from Bradley's. Did I say Bradley's or Caldor's? Yeah, I'm going way back. I am dating myself. But watch this. And then you had the giant photo albums under the coffee table with the recent one on top, next to the big Bible with the white hands on it, with the colorful pictures of a white Jesus in it. I do not ascribe to the white guy. I don't believe he was blonde hair, blue eyes. That's just my personal opinion. But neither here nor there, right? It pretty much deals with my topic tonight or whenever you're looking at this, because there is a lot of copying and pasting of people's lives going on because of the lack of identity in oneself. Oh God, this is so big, so real, so much going on. All right, so let's dig into this. So we had the big giant photo album in the living room. So in order for you to see anyone's pictures, you had to be invited into their home. You had to be. and it was in, three different places. Primarily the main photos was in the living room, in the dining room, and in the family room or den if you had one. There was some pictures hanging up on the wall, on tables and whatnot, on the hi-fi. I am going all the way back. Did I say hi-fi stereo? Renee, you know about the hi-fi. Yes, you do. And so you had to be invited in. But we're living the culture. We're living in a totally different hour, totally different day, totally different culture. It's different. These warm, smart devices displays. We so many people give too much of themselves out. So many people let people who are not close to them, don't even know them, into their spaces, their sacred spaces. And so I want to bring awareness to this. I want to bring like, what is the cause of this? Let's track and unpack why it becomes a phenomenon, why it is such a major pandemic, epidemic, why this is so prevalent in this day and age that we're living in. We are in a time where, where, where identity is questionable. I have several questions in this session. I have several questions. As you come on, please hit the share button. Let's interact. If you have something that you want to add to this, please let's talk about it. Right? Yeah. Okay. I got time. Yeah. They be but naked showing everything, but naked showing everything. I totally agree. I mean, they're shaking what their mama gave them, what the good Lord gave them. No one should have access to the intricate parts of your house. Ladies in particular, listen, women, those who are challenged with being thirsty or have to put the next best thing out. There are two places that no one should ever see in your house. That is your bedroom and your bathroom. Those are the two main places where you are naked, where you are stripped down to nothing. Those are the places where you are the most vulnerable. We should not be like this. And I see your stripe, and someone see your curtain rod, your shower rod, and and I'm not even talking about the people who are just filthy, didn't even check their background. Didn't even check the clothes hanging off the bed and stuff on the floor. And oh my goodness, right? But that's beside the point. The bathroom, your bedroom, we should not know the color of your pillowcases, your bedspread, your zebra print, your cougar print, your stripes. No, that's the place where you're the most it's tough now because there are people who need attention now, right? It's all free. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. She said something real good. It is all free. It's free advertisement. People are giving themselves, showing themselves, and not even getting paid for it. Now, I'm not telling you to go to OnlyFans. I'm not telling you to start a page and get paid for it. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying this because this spawns from identity. This spawns from someone who is struggling with themselves, struggling with their inner ability, their self-worth, their value. And so we want to bring space to this. Why? What's going on here? Why? 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 What's going on? So my topic is trick or treat. Can someone guess and tell me what day is that particular term spoken of? What's the day? That term you hear, trick or treat. When do we hear trick or treat? When? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody type that in the comment? When do you hear the word? What day of the year? It's only one day where you hear trick or treat. What is the day? What is the day? Can somebody tell me? Yes, can somebody tell me? Yep. Thank you, Shen. Shen, it's a good topic. What's the date do we hear trick or treat? What is the main date that we hear this term? Thank you. Someone, I'm gonna give you a gold star. Renee, thank you. Mary, thank you. Yes, she called it the Devil's Day, Hallows Eve. But we hear it on Halloween. This date, this date is the day you hear trick or treat. Now, leading up to this date, I mean, some of the major costume stores, some of the major, this is the time when people are putting on other people's identity. You see where I'm going with this? This is the time when someone is putting on somebody else's identity. This date, you are given permission to openly act out somebody else's character, whether it's your favorite movie star, your favorite book star, your favorite comedy star, your favorite basketball star, or whatever vocation you want to be, a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, whatever fictitious or real person you decide to be, police officer, medical doctor, a surgeon. I mean, we have so many creative minds out here. This is an hour of great creativity. It is, right, Sid? Yes, it is an hour where people are mastering. I mean, master. Have you ever seen somebody who's friends with you on any of your social media platforms? You're friends with them, but when you see them in person, you can't even recognize them. They be like, "Hey, I know you." I'm like, this happens to me quite often. Like, do I know it? Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Filters are real. I'm not mad at filters. I have to say I'm not mad at makeup. Some people need makeup. Some people need, just men too, beat it up good. And so, but that's beside the point. But have you ever seen somebody and you you felt catfished? Okay, so you got delivered from it, Mary? Yeah. You used to be confused about that. The point that I'm making, let's stay the point. The point that I'm making about this topic is because we're dealing with a major identity crisis where people don't understand that your identity starts within you, right? And so we are still trying to figure out ourselves. We go through changes and stages and of our adolescency and of growth, of even with maturing into your profession or where you want to go in life, what you want to be, who you want to be, what you want to do. But the challenge now is that there's so much that we have in front of us. As you come on, please hit the share button. There's so much that we have in front of us, meaning that there's so much to look at. Some of the biggest distractions that we have is in our phone, on these platforms. People who we see, people who we know outside of the platforms, television. We have so much access to so many different voices, so many different styles, so many different creators. And it's wonderful that we're all out here. But the challenge with some people is that they don't know who they want to be. And so they end up adapting or adopting to somebody else's look, somebody else's voice, somebody else's style, somebody else's personality, somebody else's season, somebody else's likes, someone else's, there are people may have changed their vacation spot, for instance, because they've been watching other people travel. It's amazing on how you can look at somebody else's life or page and then all of a sudden get a notion to copy and paste their life or copy and paste where they're at. My whole objective in this unpacked session is that you stay the course with you. You stay the course with your personality, your creative ability. You stay the course. You can compliment people without trying to be with them. You can compliment people without trying to become them. You can compliment people without trying to compare yourself to them. That's the word I wanted to unpack. I want to talk about comparison because this is where it starts. Jeez. I've been there, done that. I have a t-shirt bumper sticker in the coffee mug. Yes, I struggled with it. I did not realize how much I struggle with it. And so I can talk about it and give grace to anyone who may be struggling it because I can uncover my scars. I can uncover my battle wounds and how I was. And I didn't realize because I was challenged and I had to track it back to when I was a little boy. I had to track it back to some of the things that I did not have growing up that I envied in other people. I had to track it back to when did I become this way? Jeez, when did this happen? And for many of us, it started when we were children. I want that to sink in. Where you wanted the same sneakers, same toys, same look, same body, same parent, same house, same car, same walk. It could have been a number of things that caused us to compare ourselves to. I often say, and hear this real good, everyone, because this is really, and if you want to come on, I can bring you onto the platform. If you want to come on and share your voice, if not, continue to put comments in the comment. Now, because when we track it back to when comparison starts, we can track it back to our family settings. For some, it's the family. You may have been the ugly duckling or the one overlooked in your family. You may have been the one that had everything and, spoiled rotten. You may have been the one that mom or dad, grandma, auntie, whoever raised you did not favor. You may have been raised around relatives that had more than your mother or father, and you envied how they had it. You compared yourself. It's amazing on what seed and when it starts, where it starts. And I'm very sensitive to this because these are real moments. We're not clowning. We're not joking about it. These are real moments. So let's unpack as to where it starts. It's amazing on how things can be transferred down to us. Even before we are pushed out of our mother's womb. Mom could struggle with this. Dad could have struggled with this. And so in that time, when did these seeds grow? Because everything starts with a seed. Everything starts with a seed. Everything in our lives to what we've become and becoming and will become starts with a seed. As the earth remains, this earth, there will be seed, time, harvest, right? That's what Moses writes in the Genesis. I believe it's the 12th chapter or the 6th chapter, one of the two. But the reality is seed, time, and harvest. These words, these actions, these deeds that are done to us are all seeds. Being overlooked, being whooped all the time, being bullied, those are all seeds. They lie dormant in many cases. They break through. Just like, have you ever walked on and seen a sidewalk on a city street or in a community, and you see that seed or that sidewalk broken up? Have you ever seen a broken up asphalt cement sidewalk? Listen, I see it all the time, right? But it's amazing on how a plant can grow and keep growing, that it breaks up through the asphalt. It breaks up through the cement, and the sidewalk is all crooked because of a seed, a plant that kept growing. And we think, and we hear, and we heard growing up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words and names will never hurt me. That is a lie. That is untruth. You might be asking, what does trick or treat has to do with this? Hold on, I'm going there. We're going to unpack that. I get to that. That's just the topic. That's our end game. Our end goal is to reach why we're there, to talk about the masks, assuming other people's identity on a day-to-day basis. So this seed starts at an early age. It starts at an early age. I believe some of the most cruelest, and I mean cruelest, Renee, Shin, some of the most cruelest, I'm about to offend somebody, people on earth, and the time when they're really cruel. I got to talk about these little parts. Is the pre-K, the kindergarten, first, second, and third graders. I'm laughing. Fourth graders, pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, they are the most raw, unfiltered little creatures. Let me back up what I'm saying. Yes, your little doll, baby boy, girl, niece, nephew, godson, goddaughter, that age are the most cruelest, not intentionally, not maliciously, but they are some of the most, that is the age where many of us, if not all of us, was somewhat broken because on the bus stop, on the bus, in line, going to the lavatory. Remember the lavatory is bathroom, right? On the playground, in the lunchroom. If you were a little fat, if you were skinny, if your hair was nappy, if you smelled funny, if you didn't have the latest clothes on, if you were dirty, those little kids will tell you. That little season right there, you don't have to agree with me. I'm telling you, scientifically, I've looked at data, I looked at all of that. That's the most cruelest time. Now, they don't mean to be. So your sisters, you teach pre-K. Thank you, Renee. And these little kids can be cute and nasty, cute and so cruel to each other. So your mother packed your little lunchbox. We had metal lunchboxes back then. Remember that, Renee? I'm dating myself. We packed the little lunchbox, got the little nice little cute outfit on for the first day of school, book bag. We create a safe space for them at home, a loving space, telling that little boy, your little son, daughter, niece, nephew, aunt, whoever, cousin, you got this. You're smart. God created you wonderful. I mean, we create, the parent create a nice, safe, wonderful space for that son, that daughter, that niece, that nephew. A wonderful environment. But send them out to little wolves. Send them out. I mean, on the bus ride, going and coming from school, and the lunchroom, the classroom. You know, little kids shut other little kids out, shut them down, so they come back home. We're excited to see them with their new homework and their artwork and all these other things, have no idea that a seed of bullying was sown into their mind, into their spirit, have no idea that little things were implanted in them, little insecurities about their skin, about their height, about their weight, about their clothes, comparing lunch boxes to lunch boxes and clothes to clothes. It starts so early. We're talking about tracking all the way back to unpack. Where did this start? They love to be the strongest, the fastest, the smartest. And when they dressed up in costumes in that trick or treat day, they wanted to have the best costume in the classroom. I'm telling you what, and remember that little cruel boy or girl said some treacherous things or sown some seeds of their own insecurities, of their own selves. So watch this. It'll lie dormant for days, weeks, months. Go from first grade to fifth grade to eighth grade to 12th grade. Now all those seeds that started at an young age starts to grow. Many of us parents didn't have a clue, didn't know what our kids went through, survived on the bus, in the classroom, in the lines, in the lunchroom, recess, playground. I have no idea what was said to them from another little kid that still resonate. And Renee, thank you. It says true. And they have their ones they only want to play with. That's true. So they form little cliques, little groups, according to fashion, according to looks. The seed started early. What do you do when your dysfunctions are just as old as you? What do you do? So this topic, trick or treat. Trick or treat, again, is produced, culminated from that day when people assume other people's identity. That day comes when people deal with other people's identity, not sure of who they are themselves. So the question that I ask is that of three. Who are you? Do you even know? I told you a few moments ago that I struggled with it. I did. I had insecurities, low self-esteem, and I had to track and unpack as to why. Yours may be different from mine. Every one of our journeys are different. Every one of our habits or struggles or challenges are different. Yeah, I wanted acceptance. I yes, I was battling with rejection. Rejection is a major part that spawns and breeds comparing. Rejection, yes. I wanted acceptance. I wanted to be loved. You know, growing up my grandmother raised me, but my father wasn't around, extremely poor, right? So I didn't have the latest and the greatest, didn't have, certain things, didn't have access to certain things, didn't have certain support or a support system that I felt that I should have, could have had, So it produced a part of me that wanted acceptance. So I battled with rejection. Oh, it's ugly. Rejection has two sides, and it's two types of people in this whole scope. And I'm just going to give you a brief summary of it. It expands to much more. but I'm gonna give you a clinical understanding of what rejection is. And that's two sides. One side of rejection, you got one group of people, or maybe three types of people, right? But this still primarily with the two that I really, really recognize and understand. One side of rejection means I want everybody to accept me. I need affirmation. I need public, private. I want everybody to pat me on the back. I want everybody to love me or everybody to speak well of me. That's that part of rejection that you see in what's called the fawner. When we talk about um, the stressors and the trauma responses, we teach a lot about the trauma responses. So the fawner is someone who responds to everybody forsaking themselves. They go over and above for approval, over and above to appease, over and above to satisfy, while neglecting themselves. Over and above. Take it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll bring it. I'll bring it. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I got you. I got you. I will. I will. I will. The fawner is probably one of the most exhausting people on the planet. Exhausted. Exhausted. Right. But that's a part or a side of rejection that says, I need you to accept me. I need you. I'm bringing this up because I want you not only see, I've become the type of teacher, counselor, coach that will tell you, don't spit out the bones. Well, that don't apply to me, so I don't need it. No, you save the bones, hold on to the bones, because you may not be the one experiencing it, but you may have somebody in your life, somebody that you're going to meet, or a season where you will experience it. And you have something to reference back to. It may not apply to you, but you may have somebody around you that you can identify, oh, they're just like that. So the key is, now that you see that in somebody else, give them grace. There has to be an understanding, an empathic part of you that says, not that you're diagnosing anybody, but you understand them. Even the scripture teaches us to know them that labor among us. Have an idea of who they are, their personality conflicts or traits or habits or whatever struggles. So that one side of rejection, we're talking about the trick-or-treater, the one who is struggling with their identity. That one side of rejection lets everybody in. Lets the wrong type of people in. Let people who are totally inconsiderate of them, who don't care about their thoughts, feelings, and they break down that person, that one who deals with this sort of rejection. Their highs are high and their lows are low. Then there's the other side of rejection, which is major too. The other side of rejection is the person who builds walls, fortresses. I'm not letting nobody in. Get the out of my face. I'm not letting you in. Don't get, nope. It's Fort Knox. It's Fort Knox. The clap back is real. They're cynical. They're sarcastic. They're quick-witted. they got defense and offense going. Listen, that person, they're protecting themselves. So that one side is that I'm not letting nobody in. I'll never trust again. Nope. Everybody's the same. Everybody got the same outfit on. This is real. I'm not trying to be funny. It's a real phenomenon. This is what goes on with the spirit and the mindset and the stronghold of rejection. But it started early. Those who are coming in, I'm so grateful for your presence. We're talking about trick or treat. Now, let's deal with it. The question I ask is, who are you? Do you even know? All right, did you build yourself and make yourself to be a Frankenstein or a Frankensteinisha, Frankenstein Asia, Frankenquan? We black folk we put Quan and Asia and Asia and things. But watch this. Who are you? Is this the real you? Do you feel that you're authentically you? I want to leave food for thought. Do you feel that you're authentically you? Last question is, who do you sound like? You sound like who you listen to a lot. You sound like that person who was broken 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago. They come up when it's convenient because it has not been tracked and properly unpacked, properly diagnosed, properly handled, properly dealt with. Maybe you're around a family in a family setting that was so cruel, so harsh. Yeah, she all right. She got this. He all right. He got this. Your pain, your hurt, your mental anguish was never ever dealt with, never even brought up, never even considered. So you healed, but you're still broken. Healed, but it's twisted. Healed, but did not fully grow back properly. You had to do so much on your own. You had to be so much of a man, of a woman so early in your life. You had to pick up yourself, pick up your pieces and move. I'll never forget, I'd seen somebody finger break, right? Fingers break. Fingers like this right now to this day. Finger is so dwarfed and twisted, right? But it's not painful. You can grow back. You can grow where it don't hurt no more, but you're still deformed in certain aspects. I know somebody who broke their finger. I was there with them when their finger broke. The left finger, left hand, it was on the left hand. Broke. Seen them recently. And it healed, but it's still deformed. And if that person ever decide to get their fingers to go back to this position, this posture, this agile, if they ever wanted to grow back the right way, guess what has to happen? It has to be rebroken. But that person has to give permission to the chiropractor to re-break it so that can be recast and healed properly. It's like this. No pain, healed, but deformed. What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say that trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat, is a time when people cover up, assume, put on someone else's identity. Or they'll put on a costume. May not be somebody else's identity, but they'll alter their own. Alter their own personality. Alter their own attitude. Alter their own style. I'm not talking about people who glamorize themselves. I believe you should look good. You should look like a boss. You should leave the house fly. You should feel good about yourself. I believe in self-care. I believe in self-indulgence. I believe in, if nobody take you out, you take yourself out. If nobody treat you to dinner, you treat your own self to dinner. Listen, I don't have money for all that. You put some joy listen, make your own day spa, afternoon spa, night spa. Put some joy, some dawn in the tub and get some bubble actions going on so you can you can just love yourself, text yourself. You fine. Tell yourself you should want to feel good about yourself. You can treat yourself to TGIF if that's what you like. Or go to a restaurant, dress up and take yourself out. Go to a restaurant where the hors d'oeuvres you can't even pronounce. where 4 strips cost $85. Just take yourself out and fine dining. Love on yourself. Wait for nobody to celebrate you. Celebrate yourself. I had to learn that. I had to learn how to celebrate me. Everybody gonna be happy for you. You do know that, right? Do know that. So, what do you hear? How do you speak to yourself? What's the loudest voice in your head? I'm a child of God. So I'm gonna affirm myself with the word of God. I'm gonna tell myself what God tells me about me. I know the thoughts that I think towards you, save the Lord. Thoughts of listen, I think so good of you. Thoughts of peace, hope, prosperity, with a hopeful end, with the prophetic end. Jeez, that's pretty dope. When you put on somebody else's identity, you're putting on somebody else's world. You're forsaking you. You're neglecting you. You are overlooking you. And this is the hour where there's so much copying and pasting going on. So much. So much. Listen, I wish I can go into it some more. This is really, really huge, a huge topic. But I pray that this finds you healthy. This helps you to see yourself. This helps you to regulate yourself. And this helps you to come out of and give yourself grace to come up out of certain things, right? Give yourself grace. It takes a long time to become someone else, to assume somebody else's identity. And just like you learn that, you have to unlearn it. Give yourself time and grace to unlearn. I think one of the greatest gifts that I can give myself, that you can give yourself, is vulnerability and the grace to unlearn, to identify it and unlearn. Listen, this is William Marshall. I am the host of the Unpack podcast. I so appreciate your participation. I would that you would share this particular topic. We are going to go deeper into it. Um, I just wanted to lay foundation as to where we're going with this. We're going to talk about this for a couple of weeks. All right. Blessings to you all. Remember, this is Christmas season. This is the time for benevolence and giving. This ain't about gifts. Rudolph is a roadkill. Frosty is going to melt. So take the carrot nose and cook it. Put it in some soup. Wear the scarf and the hat. Burn the coal. Santa Claus is a lie. I tell you, I'm talking to mothers and fathers who have been Santa Claus all year round. It's amazing. All right. Just pay your bills. I'm telling you, pay your bills. Don't feel bad about nothing. It's just pay your bills. Take care of yourself. If you got it to go to shopping, fine. But if you don't, yeah, I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Listen, we grew up in the hood. Santa Claus would have got jacked. Rudolph nose would have been pawned. It's just so it's just so not this so wrong. Now, I'm not bah humbug neither. I love this is the most wonderful time of the year. I love Christmas. I love the smell of it. I love the look of it. I love the aesthetics. It's my favorite time of the year. I love this season. I just don't like the weather too much. Eh, don't like it, yeah, but I love the season. 'Tis the season to be jolly. But pay your bills. In Jesus' name. I love y'all. Until then, we'll see you soon. Same place, same time next week. God bless you all and have an amazing night.